The football season's officially underway. Started yesterday. We're here catching up with head coach John Rodenberg. Coach, how are we doing?
Doing good, Rob. Thanks for having me.
Boy, it's great to see you. One of the things that's important to your football program every year is your summer training. How did it go this year?
It was good. You know, we laid the foundation when we got the job in February so that by the time we started in June, they had an idea what my expectations were. You know, I make sure everything transparent. I make sure they know exactly what they're looking for. And I thought they got after it pretty hard. I was happy. We had good numbers, and you know, they got the message.
Why is the training piece so important to the John Rodenberg football program? Because I've seen it for 12, 13 years, and it's as big a piece as in-season training and everything you do to build your foundation. Tell the fans why that's so important.
I think it sets the foundation for what you want to get accomplished. You know, you want to be physical, but you can't be physical unless you're in good shape. And so important to me that these guys are ready to play football. I think so many coaches are out there trying to scheme things up, and their guys aren't capable of doing it because they're either bending down on their knees or they're dying. And our guys are going to be in great shape. We're going to go into game one, and I even tell them, I said, by the time we get done with the month of June, I said, we'll be done doing this senseless type of running. I said, then we can play football. But until then, we've got to be in a certain level of condition.
That's great. How good is it to feel to be back in Cincinnati?
It's good, you know. I had a great time in Indy, and I was at some good schools. But I know the landscape in Cincinnati. You know, I've never been in the CHL, but I know the CHL. I know the teams in the CHL. I know the coaches. I know what to expect. So, yeah, I'm excited. It's fun to be back.
Great. It's been a long time since you've worn red and black. I'm going to say probably when you were on the LaSalle staff. Is that the last time you wore red and black?
That is the last time, red and black. Yeah, that's quite a few years ago.
Facilities here at Indian Hill are second to none. I know when you got on campus, that had to be a big wow factor for you.
It was, you know, and it was, you know, really emphasized that they want to do things first class. And, you know, that's kind of a prerequisite with coming back home, is to make sure that, you know, make sure there's a commitment to winning, and that, you know, that commitment in the physical structure is there, but there's also a commitment in the athlete too.
I know that we mentioned at the start of the interview that this is the first week of football practice. What are you trying to get established this first week with the Braves?
2 words: tempo and physicality. We have to practice with a tempo of urgency. We have to practice like we're going to play, and then we have to be physical. Now, you know, that's not beating their heads in the ground, but there has to be a level of how you come off the ball, the quickness, the urgency, you know, creating good habits. You know, I talked today, creating good habits. That's because we're creating habits every day.
Sure. And
the question is, are they a good habit or a bad habit? And there's where your urgency and the physicality have to come in.
Sounds great. Well, your first scrimmage is Saturday, so it's a few days away. What are you looking for from your team in the scrimmage against Little Miami?
Well, first of all, is can you run the base offense and can you run the base defense? And then you can kind of correct what you need to correct. If you start going out in scrimmages and start to get too fancy, you know, can you run your meat and potatoes? And then the other thing is who can play? Because we're in a process now of moving guys here and moving guys there. So it gives guys, if you go in there and you allow guys to just play. And my big thing is we can correct the mental mistakes, but we can't correct physical mistakes. So if they go out and become physical, we can fix it. We can put them in the right spot. That's what I'm looking for against, you know, the scrimmage. It's not a win-loss on the scoreboard.
Sure.
It's a win-loss in how they perform.
Well, great stuff, Coach. We're excited to tell the fans that we're going to do this every week of the season, and so we'll be back together next week talking about Little Miami and then prepping for your second scrimmage. As always, Coach, thanks for your time.
Awesome, Ron. I appreciate it. Thank you.